Scott, you and I jumped into Day of the Devs event. That's right, we got an early access look at some of the upcoming games for 2025 and beyond by small teams. And yo, I gotta be honest, dude, I was impressed with the lineup this year. There's a lot of cool stuff going on and a lot of things I'm looking forward to in 2025 and beyond, because there's a couple games that had no date that I can't wait for. Scott, what were you kicking off with?
Oh, there's something that really stood out to me in a way that, well, it made me smile. And that's something I want to point out first. The world premiere of Ultimate Sheep Raccoon. A really strange name, okay? But Ultimate Sheep Raccoon is a bike racing party game where you and your friends build the course together, add obstacles and dangerous chaps. And really what this sounds like to me is Little Big Planet. Now, I had quite a long time ago, I was playing Little Big Planet with my family, and we had a great time racing from the sharks. And that's what this game really embodied to me. It really looked like a really fun, kind of two-dimensional Little Big Planet racing game. And having the idea that I can make a course for us then to run through, that's going to be a lot of laughs, a lot of fun that way.
It caught my eye right off the hop. I'm like, what are we getting into here? And the more it kind of unraveled, I thought it was really cool. It reminded me a little bit of Trials as well. I'm a big Trials fan. So to get in there and have some racing like that, and it's in this 2D plane, yo, I'm all over that one, dude. The one that caught my eye was Sleight of Hand.
You're gonna catch our hands when this comes out.
Absolutely, it's all about stealth with me, right? So the minute I see a stealth game, you already got my interest. Kind of pull me into the game though. Time will tell, but from what we've seen, it's the second time we've seen it though. Once we revealed, I believe, at an Xbox event as well. It's a stealth game using cards instead of weapons. So it's a card-based game, but it pulls inspiration from like Metal Gear Solid and Dishonored. But you're in this 3D plane and you're using these cards. You pull up this hand of cards, then you'll just fling it over to then open up possibilities of opportunities within. Say you want to like hide yourself in smoke. Dude, you throw this card and smoke pops up and you can teleport to it. Or you can get through the light as you turn into smoke and go through that. You're taking out the other enemies and stuff like that. It's got this whole noir-esque kind of feel with a throwback to like what feels like a 1920s, 1930s era. And I'm so down for this. They call it a third-person stealth action deck builder. And I cannot wait. This is one of the games that had no date on it. Broke my heart because I was really hoping we see it next year. But we didn't.
Yeah, whatever is releasing at the same week as that better get out of the way, because we're going to be spending a lot of time on that one, the two of us. But we have another one that really stood out to me, and this is a big mystery, and that is Blueprints. And I'm going to say that slowly, Blue and Prints, not blueprints. However, you will be looking at blueprints. I'm rambling, but really what this is a mystery exploring a shifting mansion. So you're going through and it's constantly reworking itself to kind of keep the mystery alive. And you're going through what is supposed to be a 45-room blueprint. Your job is to find the 46th room. There really wasn't a whole lot mentioned beyond that. It kind of has a bit of a horror tone to it, but that might be my own thoughts on the game. But
there's something creepy there.
There's something there. The mystery of the whole event maybe is just enough of a thought that you're getting lost in this place that just kind of keeps on changing and moving. We've all been lost in a Walmart at times, and maybe that's what I'm harkening back to.
It's got this roguelike experience to it where every time you go out, you then finish off that run, come back and start over again. So you're always going back out, coming back, and then it always changes up the rooms. So you're looking for that 46th room out of 45. Very, very curious to see how this plays out. Looked really cool, had my interest. One of the things that looked like chaos is this game called Kingmakers. And we've seen a trailer pop before, but they had this here as well. And it was like Redemption Road. It's from Redemption Road, and it looks super, super chaotic. It's thousands of soldiers in battle at once on a map, destructible environments, and it is a take on going back to a medieval era, but with modern arsenals at your hand. Like it is, this thing is chaos. And then on top of all of that, dude, they introduced some city building mechanic. I was like, wait a second, what am I doing? So then you get into city building mechanic where you're like fortifying and building up your army, then they go overthrow some of the other ones. Unbelievable chaos. I can't wait to see how this pans out. And best part is, dude's co-op. Got co-op in here. Can't wait. Scott, we're gonna hook up, we're gonna get into this, and we're gonna create absolute madness. Looks very, very exciting. No date though, Scott. I don't think there's a date on that one, eh?
No, no date on
2025,
it.
early access. That's what it was.
That
I thought
was
there
it.
might have been something. But that's cool. Yeah, it's in my notes. That was really cool. Looking forward to that one next year. We'll be in there. It's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, that one looks crazy. It kind of seems like what dreams I would have had when I was playing too much Total War back in the day. I can't wait for that one. And to find out it was up to 4-player, or at least 3 in this case, co-op.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in this one for quite some time, I think. But we have another game that harkens back to one that I played a few years ago now, and that's Neon Abyss 2. This was a world premiere from Viwo Games, and that's a 2D action platformer roguelite. So this is a direct follow-up to the 2020 roguelite game, and it had a lot of really cool things going for it. I was a big fan of roguelites at the time. It kind of sit into me, it found me at the perfect time, I should say, and burning into it, it really had a lot of things that could replay forever and ever. I know that's the thing with roguelites, but when this one you had different characters you're finding that had different abilities, and there was enough of an unlock tree that kept me going for a very long time, and I'm really hoping to see that continue on with Neon Abyss 2. Maybe some more environments, shake up there, but we'll see what we get.
That was a nice little surprise when that one was a world premiere. Another one that kind of came out of nowhere is this game called Bionic Bay. And it was super cool. It's just kind of going over my notes once again. It is one of those unique, it's a time-bending platformer. I'm like, yo, I'm down for this. It's a 2D platformer with gravity controls. Kind of looks like Limbo in a sense. Black and white visual-esque style. Comes in March 13th, 2025, PS5 and Steam. So that's cool too. Very neat there. A scientist uses a unique teleportation instrument to escape an ancient biomechanical world filled with imaginative technology, deadly traps, and hidden secrets, reads the description. And I'm all for this, man. This thing looks cool. Something that should be on your radar for sure.
Oh, absolutely. 2D plus puzzles. I think that's a good way to start off any sort of platforming game. I really have a kick for platforming games now, but this is not the case. We're going to work way away from platforming with this one. This is a world premiere of Tankhead. And this is from Alpha Channel. This is coming to the Epic launcher, which I feel like is something we don't see too often anymore. But this one, just as a personal, reminded me of Crossout. So it's all about building a certain kind of tank, I presume, and entering a big, I believe they said an MMO style of combat, a big arena regardless, and bringing your own creations into that kind of environmental arena seems like a lot of fun. And it's something that kind of reminds me again back into the olden days of I can't remember the game, Twisted Metal. How did I forget Twisted Metal?
Okay. Yeah, how do you pick that one? That's funny. No, for sure. Tankhead looks awesome. I think that one, it ended off with Tankhead, and I was like, hey, this one looks a little different, right? I'm not normally in for those tank controls, but then you pop off, like your little head pops up and floats around, and you can get into other things. I thought it actually looked pretty neat. So it caught my radar. Again, right, it's one of those things. 2025 is heating up. I think I'm a little nervous actually to get it into next year.
Maybe my own little mix-up there. Maybe this is just a sign that we need another Twisted Metal. And hopefully this satisfies that groove. But we do have another highlight, and I feel like I get more excited about this one every time I see more. And that's Hyperlight Breaker. And this is by Heart Machine. So this is actually coming on January 14th of 2025 into Steam Early Access. And that has me excited. Seeing that this game is a co-op, open world, and roguelite, I'm not sure how those are all going to work together, or if I'm going to end up blaming you for our failure every time, but
Probably.
this looks like a lot of
cool.
fun. And the visuals
Yeah, it looks like
to
a ton of fun. It's such a bright art style, right? It has such a visual direction to it that I am super excited. We're not getting into this kind of gritty, dirty looking area. It is bright. It pops off the screen. We actually got to play it down at Summer Game Fest, so I was all in there. It wasn't co-op centric yet. We were just playing there as one. You just go it on your own as solo. So now when it comes in early access on January 14th, I'm like, I can't wait. You and I are going to jump in there. We'll have Michael in there. Because you can go up to, I believe, a party of 4.
Ooh.
That is going to be exciting to go out there with all of us, hang out, and kind of grind away, then come back and level up and keep building and going out and to explore. Then you get into these big boss fights. Going to be an epic time for sure. Hyperlight Breaker has been on my radar for a long time, and now it's not that far away. But this will wrap up our Day of the Devs preview on everything. We can't wait to get hands on. Let us know, what would you want to check out? Hit us up on our socials, ITG TV Daily.